Hello, so good morning everyone. Good morning kasi umaga na. I'm going to discuss to you the last topic na kasama sa exam ninyo. So I won't be around on Tuesday. That is why kailangan ko itong i-discuss sa inyo para malaman nyo yung mga additional info na dinagdag ko dito. So anyway, diniscuss ko na rin naman sa inyo or dilemma ko naman sa inyo na kung ano yung mga parts ng motherboard. So, i-discuss na lang natin dito yung ibang important info, especially yung marami ako ditong kinuha na kasama sa exam ninyo. Okay, so let's start. So, the motherboard serves to connect all of the parts of a computer together. Alam na natin yon na ang pinakatrabaho ni motherboard, so siya ang nagko-connect ng lahat ng mga components ng system unit. Siya ang nagko-connect ng bawat isa doon sa bawat isa. So kaya gumagana si CPU, si hard drive, at yung mga expansion cards, it's because of the motherboard. So the CPU, memory, the hard drives, and other parts and expansion cards all connect to the motherboard directly or via cables. So the motherboard is the piece of computer hardware that can be thought of as the backbone of the PC, or more appropriately, as the mother that holds all the pieces together. So, kaya nagkakaroon ng connection yung bawat components ng system unit natin, it is because of the motherboard. So, according to this one, uh, all components can be connected to the motherboard directly or via cables. So, nakikita naman baga natin yung mga components na nakakonect directly kay motherboard or yung iba ay nakakonekta sa kanya via cables. For example, yung connected sa kanyang directly ay yung CPU, kadirekta na nakakonekta kay motherboard. Yung RAM, direkta din na nakakonekta kay motherboard. So, yung mga components naman that are connected via cables, ito yung mga ginagamitan natin ng mga SATA cables, yun na 24-pin connector, so si 4-pin, so yung hard drive na ginagamitan natin ng SATA cables, so yun yung mga connected kay motherboard that is using cable. Next, everything behind the computer case is connected in some way to the motherboard so that all the pieces can communicate with each other. This includes the video cards, the sound cards, the hard drives, the optical drives, the CPU, yung RAM sticks, USB ports, a power supply, etc. So all of the components inside the system units are being connected to each other or can communicate with each other because of the motherboard. So on the motherboard are also expansion slots, jumpers, capacitors, device power and data connections, fans, heatsinks, and screw holes. So lahat ng po yan ay parte ng motherboard. Next, did you know that the IBM personal computer that was released in 1981 is considered to be the very first computer motherboard and it was called a planner. So yan po ang tawag. Yan po ang pangalan ng first computer motherboard. Kundi ang planner. At kailan na-release ang unang IBM personal computer? It was on 1981. So what we mean by IBM is International Business Machine. So yan, karagdagang idea lang. And take note, always check the compatibility of other components connected to your motherboard. Make sure to meet at least the minimum requirements to avoid any computer issues. So halimbawa, ito yung kadalasan nagkakaroon ng problema because yung ibang may-ari ng computer ay iniisip nila or nag-upgrade sila ng mga components or peripherals sa kanilang computer. So, ina-upgrade nila. Ang hindi nila alam na yung ina-upgrade nilang component ay hindi pala compatible sa motherboard nila. That is why nagkakaroon ng problema yung computer. Now, these are the popular motherboard vendors. Okay po ha, tandaan nyo po itong mga popular motherboard vendors. Si Asus, si AOpen, si Intel, si ABIT, si MSI, si Gigabyte, at si BioStar. So those are the popular motherboard vendors. So sila ang kadalasang mga kumpanya, mga popular companies that are selling mother ma- the motherboards. Okay? So again, tandaan po yan na 7 na yan. Okay. Next, at the first glimpse, the parts of a motherboard and its connection can really look complicated, especially for the beginners like you. If you've ever taken the case of a computer, you've seen that one piece of equipment that ties everything together. It is motherboard. It allows all the parts of your computer to receive power and communicate with one another. Okay, so let's discuss now the different parts and the functions. So pinakita ko na rin naman ito sa inyo last time, last Thursday, actually. So madali na lang to sa atin. Now, so let's proceed. The first part are the I/O ports. Okay, so kapag sinabi nating I/O ports, it is the input and output ports. So ano yung mga ports na nasa back panel? Ang tawag natin yung nasa likod na part ng motherboard na yan, ang mga port is the back panel ports or the I/O ports. So ano ang mga nandyan? Nandyan si PS2 ports. Tinuro ko na dyan sa inyo kung alin dyan si PS2 ports. So habang pinakikinggan nyo ito, pwede nyong tingnan ng mata nyo kung saan dyan ang PS2 ports. Yung USB 3.0 port, serial COM port, VGA port, USB 3.0 port. Linawin ko lang ha. This is also the USB port pero hetong may kulay blue. Yan ang may kulay blue po. So pag sinabi nating USB 2.0 ports, yan ang mga black. Okay, so dyan sa dyan sa baba ng LAN port bagayan. So yan, kapag kulay blue ang USB port, that is 3.0. Ibig sabihin, mas higher version siya ng USB port. Next is the VGA ports, yung LAN port, and the audio port. Okay, so those are the I/O ports na kadalasan makikita natin sa back panel ng motherboard. So, ang function niya is it is located in the rear panel or the back panel of the CPU. This used to connect the outside hardware or peripherals of the computer. Okay, so wala tayong kinakabit dyan po ha, tandaan, wala tayong kinakabit na I/O ports na papasok sa system unit. So lahat po yan is kinokonekta ng lahat ng outside hardware or peripherals of the computer. So next part. Next is the ATX power connector slot or the 4-pin slot. So ang function niya is it connects to the 4-pin power cable of a power supply unit which supplies power to the CPU. So alam niyo na yan. Next, memory slot. Pwede rin itong tawaging RAM slot or RAM holder. Okay? So, kahit ano dun sa tatlo can be accepted. So, ang function niya is, it is the slot of computer memory or what we call the RAM. The memory slot depends on the type of the memory. Again, ito, diniscuss ko na rin ito ng Webes. Okay? That not all RAM memory is suited or babagay sa lahat ng RAM slot or RAM holder. Again, it will always be based on the compatibility of your RAM to the compatibility on the motherboard. Kung ano yung nasa motherboard, ganun din po dapat na RAM ang hahanapin ninyo. Again, pinakita ko na ito nung last Thursday, kung ano yung RAM na pwede nating gamitin. Okay, next. The ATX power connector slot or the 24 or yung iba ay 28 pin pero mas ah sanay tayo sa 24 pin or ordinarily na mga computer ay meron lang 24 pin connector slot. Okay, so ang function niya naman is it provides a direct current power output to the system board from the output of the power supply unit. Okay, so siya ang nagsusupply ng kuryente sa motherboard. Okay, next. The CMOS or the BIOS battery. Again, anong ibig sabihin ng CMOS? That is complementary metal oxide semiconductor. So yan po ang ibig sabihin ng CMOS. Okay, the CMOS or the BIOS battery, it supplies power to store the BIOS settings and keep the real-time clock running. Ibig sabihin that kung bakit mayroong date and time si computer, it is because of the BIOS battery or the CMOS battery. So kapag nakita nyo ang computer, nakita nyo for example ang computer ay mali na ang oras, mali na ang date, tapos inayos nyo, and then pag on nyo ulit ng computer, sira na naman ang or mali na naman ang oras at ang date. Ibig sabihin lang po nun ay sira na ang CMOS battery ninyo. So papalitan nyo na po siya. Next, the IDE connector headers. Okay, so again, IDE means Integrated Drive Electronics. Tandaan po yan, ang mga acronyms na yan. Again, dito sa picture na nakikita nyo, meron tayo nakikitang dalawa. Meron dyang blue at meron dyang white. Yan na blue po is for EIDE. Ibig sabihin lang ng EIDE ay Enhanced Integrated Drive Electronics. Okay? At yung puti naman ay para sa IDE. So, again, yan ang mga ports na yan ay kadalasan or sa mga bagong motherboard ay wala na yan because yung mga IDE cables na ginagamit, it is used to connect on the older hard drives. Okay, on the older hard drives. So ngayon baga is wala naman na ginagamit ng mga old hard drives. Kadalasan ngayon ay mga SATA hard drive na, mga SATA connectors na mga ginagamit. So anyway, ang function niya is it connects to older hard drive disk and optical drives for data transfer. So yun na nga yung ina-explain ko sa inyo kanina. Next, the front panel headers. Okay, etong front panel headers class, so ang trabaho niya lang naman, siya ang nagko-control ng lahat ng button na nasa harapan ng system unit. Okay, kung bakit umiilaw yung power button ng computer, it is because of the front panel headers. Kung bakit makikita natin na umiilaw yung LED para sa HDD is it is because of the front panel headers. Kung bakit gumagana yung power switch, kung bakit gumagana yung reset switch ng system unit natin, it is because of the front panel headers. So again, sinasabi ko sa inyo ito para, sabi ko baga sa inyo, the last time, na bakit kailangan nyo tong malaman para in case na merong sira ang computer, makikita nyo depende sa sira, alam nyo agad kung alin ang pupuntahan na part ng motherboard. Alam nyo agad kung alin yung iti-check ninyo. Again, magkakaroon tayo niya ng performance task about that. So, let's proceed. So, those are the front panel headers. So, yan po, nakikita naman sa picture. Yan po ang front panel headers natin. Next, the Serial Advanced Technology Attachment Ports or the SATA ports. Yan po na nakikita ninyo sa picture. Yan na kulay blue, pati yung kulay yellow na yon is also a SATA port. So, ang trabaho niya is it connects to modern hard disk drives or SSD and optical drives for data transfer. Kung kanina yung IDE para sa mga older hard drives, ang SATA naman is it connects to the modern hard disk drives. Okay, so dyan natin kinoconnect yung SATA cable para i-connect sa hard disk drive, sa SSD, or sa optical drive. Let's proceed. The next part is the USB connectors or the headers. So this one is it connects the USB port of the front panel. So kung mapapansin ninyo, sa front panel po baga ng system unit natin, hindi lang power button na yung nakikita natin, reset button, pati yung mga LED, kundi meron din tayo nakikitang mga USB port na nasa harapan ng system unit natin. Now, kaya gumagana yung mga USB port na yon is because of the USB connector headers. Ibig sabihin, merong nakakabit doon na nakakabit dyan sa USB headers natin. So, yan po. Next. Bakit 11 na to? Sorry na mali lang yung pag-numbering natin. Okay, next is the PCI slots. Okay, the PCI slots, ang meaning ng PCI is Peripheral Component Interconnect. Okay, again, it's Peripheral Component Interconnect. Okay, so ang trabaho niya, ang function niya naman is it connects the I/O cards, the input-output cards of the computer such as LAN card or the NIC, the Wi-Fi card or the wireless NIC, the USB expansion card, and sound card. So dyan po yan nilalagay sa mga PCI slots. So yung meron pang mas advanced dyan na PCI, yung mga bagong labas ngayon ng PCI, so ang tawag na natin doon ay PCIe. Okay, ibig sabihin nun is Peripheral Component Interconnect Express. Okay, that is PCIe. Tandaan po yan. Next part, the North and South Bridge. Okay, the North and South Bridge. Okay, sa North Bridge muna tayo. Again, yung North Bridge po, hindi po yan dyan na tinuturo dyan sa picture na square na heatsink. Again, ang North Bridge po ay yung nasa ilalim niyan na heatsink. That is the North Bridge chipset. So, anong trabaho ng North Bridge chipset na yan? It is the chipset that allows the CPU to communicate with the RAM and graphics card. It communicate with the front panel. So, ibig sabihin, siya ang nakikipag-communicate doon sa mga front panel. Ibig sabihin ng class ng front panel, yung nasa harapan ng system unit. That is the front panel. So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng yon gumagana because there is a connection or communication na nangyayari between doon sa front panel headers na kaninang na-discuss natin and doon sa USB headers natin. So, ang sila ang merong communication na dalawa, si North Bridge at yung mga front panel headers and USB headers natin. So, kaya gumagana yung mga front panel na yon. And siya din ang nakikipag-communicate kay RAM and graphics card. The next part is, heto na ulit si number 12. North and South Bridge. Kay South Bridge naman tayo. So, yung South Bridge is yung nandito sa may baba lang ng North Bridge. Okay, so kadalasan ay kalinya niya lang yung mga PCI slots or expansion slots. Okay, so ang trabaho naman ng South Bridge is this chipset allows the CPU to communicate with the PCI slots or the PCI Express, the expansion cards, yun na nga, yung mga SATA connectors, siya din ang nakikipag-communicate kay hard drive, kay ODD, at sa mga USB ports and the USB devices, the Ethernet ports, and the onboard audio. So, ibig sabihin, saan natin ito makikitang mga USB ports, the Ethernet ports, and onboard audios, yung nasa back panel po. So, ibig sabihin, si Northbridge, siya ang nakikipag-communicate to gain control on the front panel at si Southbridge naman, siya naman ang nagko-control ng lahat ng nasa back panel. Okay? So, yun po ang trabaho ng North and South Bridge. Next, the fan headers. Now, so tinuro ko na rin to sa inyo. Yan ang mga puti na merong mga pin. So, it supplies power to the CPU heatsink fan and computer case fan. So, Ang CPU heatsink fan po, yan pong apat. Kapag apat po ang pin niya sa fan header niya, ibig sabihin that is for CPU heatsink. Case siya yung nasa CPU cooling system po baga natin, kagaya ng dinemo ko sa inyo last Thursday. And yan naman ang tatlong pin is for the computer case fans. Okay, so sa kanya kinakabit ang mga fan para gumana yung mga fan sa loob ng system unit. Let's proceed. The CPU socket. Okay, so it is also known as a CPU slot. It connects a computer's central processing unit to the motherboard's printed circuit board. So dyan po nilalagay ang CPU natin. Okay, so dyan natin yan nilalagay. Next, the BIOS chipset or firmware. The BIOS chipset or the BIOS firmware. Okay, so ang BIOS, ang ibig sabihin ng BIOS ay Basic Input Output System. Okay, so ang BIOS chipset, it is a chip device on the motherboard with the function of controlling all the hardware on the motherboard. So ganun po ka-importante si BIOS chipset kasi siya po ang nagko-control ng lahat ng hardware on the motherboard. So ang lahat ng nahahawakan natin dyan sa motherboard ay si BIOS chipset po ang nagko-control. Okay. And the last one, mali na naman ang numbering. Sorry na, pirot na kaya si Sir. Okay. Last one is si capacitors. Okay, yan ang capacitors po. So, yung pinakita ko sa inyo, yung example niyan sa atin ay hindi kulay green, kundi kulay itim. Pero same pa rin naman ang tawag natin sa kanila. Those are the capacitors. So, anong trabaho niya? It stores electrical energy. It maintains voltage. It preserves information and smoothing signals kasi baga there is always a communication going through with each component of or each part of the motherboard. So, it provides smooth signals. Tapos, yung sinisigurado niya na yung supply ng kuryenteng dumarating sa bawat component or sa bawat part ng motherboard ay nasa tamang voltahe lamang para hindi siya mag-overheat or hindi siya agad masunog. Okay? Or, tapos na. Question time. Okay, so we're done. So, announcement lamang po. Okay, announcement. Again, I will not be around on Tuesday, pero po magkakaroon tayo ng summative test. Okay, meron po sa inyong teacher na magbabantay. Again, magkakaroon tayo ng summative test on Tuesday. Medyo mahaba po yun. Medyo mahaba siya. Okay, so please, study well. Study well po. So ang scope, ang exam type lang naman ay simple lang. The identification, picture identification or the image identification, acronyms, at enumerations. So yon, pinadali ko na lang po sa inyo ha. So please study. Thank you very much. And this will end my discussion to you. Thank you.